John, would you be kind enough to just call the roll again? We're going to open this meeting up at 8:11.
Okay. John DeGrace, not here. John Durso's here. Dr. Gordon.
Present.
Okay. Linda Green's not here. Wanda Jackson.
Present.
Ed Powers not here. Donna Tooman.
Present.
Kathy Weiss.
Present.
Bridget Russell.
Present.
And George Sebron is somewhere in the
He's in
space here,
cyberspace.
trying to get on.
He'll hopefully arrive, but we have enough for a quorum.
We have a quorum.
All right, so let's get started. Do I have a motion to approve the February 11th, 2020 minutes?
Yes, I
Motion.
make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'm sorry, who's that?
Wanda.
Oh, Wanda, thank you, sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oi, wait a second. We only have
Oi.
5 people. Can't pass it until Ciberone shows up.
Oh,
I wasn't present at the meeting, so I can't approve it.
okay.
So when George comes in, we'll go back to that. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Wanda, would you be kind enough to just read the next Finance and Capital Committee meeting?
I
Just
thought you asked me to do that one, George. Did we make the amended one?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Trustee Weiss, would you please be kind enough? I'm sorry.
That's okay. And can we skip the whereases?
Oh, yeah, please, just go to
Okay.
the,
Now heretofore, the Board of Trustees of Nassau Community College hereby resolves as follows. 1, the board hereby authorizes Nassau Community College President, as of April 4, 2020, to make a loan of or donation of equipment and supplies which are not currently utilized by the college to local or state organizations in order to enable such organizations to properly respond to the COVID-19 pandemic or any future public health emergency or crisis. 2, the president shall work with relevant college constituencies to ensure that the equipment and/or supplies are available for donation or loan and are not currently utilized for community college purposes, or alternatively, that relevant college departments are able to spare the equipment or supplies in order to assist with the pandemic response by local and state entities. 3, the president shall have the authority to enter into loan or donation agreements on behalf of the college, as such agreements may be required to effectuate this resolution. 4, the president shall work with relevant college constituencies to ensure that proper tracking of the donated or loaned assets is maintained, and will pursue any availing mechanisms for reimbursements that may be available in order to replace the donated equipment or unreturned loan equipment as expediently as possible.
do I have a motion to consider this item?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Wanda.
Wanda, thank you. Is there any discussion? And actually, I'm going to open it up just for a second. And as a member of the healthcare community, as a physician in practice with COVID-19, I, on behalf of all medical personnel, do appreciate the donations that have been made on behalf of the college to the organizations. I can tell you that we have been stressed to the limit, and I'm talking about my colleagues who are working at the hospitals. So any access to extra equipment and supplies that help them in this battle is very greatly appreciated. So on behalf of the medical community, I just wanted to take a moment and just say thank you. All right. If there are no other comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries 6-0. Okay. Wanda, I'm gonna let you bring in the next one again, and this time we are gonna ask if we can read the names of those appointees.
Okay, so resolved upon the recommendation of Nassau Community College Board of Trustees Personnel Affirmative Action and Labor Committee. The Nassau Community College Board of Trustees hereby approves that pursuant to the terms of the collective bargaining agreement with Nassau Community College Federation of Teachers, and upon the recommendation of the college-wide promotion and tenure committee and the college administration, faculty members named herein are hereby granted promotion or tenure at Nassau Community College effective September 1st. Gina Esposito Sales, Student Personnel Services. Stacy Ganson, Critical Reading and Academic Advancement. Ann Harrison, Legal Studies. Slavka Kegler, Allied Health Sciences. Jennifer Kohut, MAT CSC ITE. Gina Ledwith, Critical Reading and Academic Advancement. Uzo Asuno, MAT CSC ITE. Matthew Polisilko, English.
On mute.
Did we lose? Wanda went to mute.
She's there, but she's on mute now.
I know, I see it.
I don't know what happened. Richard Capiello, Physical Science. Rachel Diagardi, Legal Studies. Christopher Frederick, Communications. Salvatore Locasio, Music, all promoted to Technical Assistant 2. Renee Chin, Allied Health. Hughes Martin, Allied Health, tenure. Robert Madura, Hospitality Business, promoted to Technical Assistant 3. Curtis Gilliam, Athletics, Administrative Assistant 4. Xiaoming Kong, MAT CSC ITE, tenure and promotion to Technologist 2. Adam Pilfashin, Distance Education, Technologist 3. Francis Kaleo, Link, promoted to Link Lecturer 2.
Okay, do I have a motion to consider this item?
George?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. When Wanda went on mute, I think Kathleen, Demetrius, and Leslie, unless I didn't hear it.
No, I was going to suggest the same thing, John, that their names be mentioned now.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
which ones were, I thought,
Kathleen Phelan, Nursing. Demetrius Watkins,
Demetrius.
Student Personnel Services, and Leslie Wong Locke, Library, promoted to Assistant Professor.
Great.
are those the only missing ones or anybody else?
I don't know.
That covers
I think
it.
that's it.
Okay. So I'm going to ask, do we have a motion to consider this item?
I'll
Motion.
make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I will second.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any against? Motion carries 6-0. All right. So we're going to go on now to Policy and Planning Committee. And this is going to be the second reading of the amendment to policies 1200, 7500, and 7510 of the Board of Trustees Policy Manual. Dr. Weiss, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Just some quick summaries. Policy 1200 sets out the rules and procedures of the board. And we know the board is a policy-making body and has the responsibility to establish, review, and periodically evaluate the policies and procedures and amend them. These were discussed at the committee meeting. This was the first reading was the last meeting. This is the second reading. And so I would then turn it to Dr. Williams if he has any comments on this policy.
Dr. Williams, you're on mute.
You're muted.
I just unmuted myself to mute myself, if that makes sense. So no comments save the fact that they're going through the appropriate process of review and interpretation and reinterpretation. And I think the adjustments are appropriate.
With your permission, Mr. Chairman, I'll keep going.
Yes, keep going, Dr. Weiss.
All
Thank
right, policy 7500, which is building and program naming. This has to do with the permanent naming of physical and non-physical assets of the college. And the committee reviewed this to make changes to update it to meet current needs. I don't know if Dr. Williams has anything else to add to that.
Just for this one and the next, this was in response to comments from the board. It really gives us kind of belts and suspenders in regards to the latitude to ensure that those we recognize are continuously living up to the mission of the college. And if something were to happen that did not occur, again, it gives us the latitude to redirect. So
So the other policy is 7510, and it's in relation to a plaque that is appropriate to honor an individual, and when the honor may or may not be accompanied by a financial bequest.
Let's go on mute.
We welcome Mr. Ciberone to the fold.
Other
Squared.
than that, I don't have anything else on those. So if there are no questions from the board, perhaps we can add these to vote?
Yes. So we're going to add this as, I'm going to make a motion of the Article 8, Section C6 of the board's rules of procedure to allow for the consideration of 3 items that do not appear on the calendar. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just for the record, again, Mr. Ciberone is not present. So the motion is 7-0. I would make a suggestion, if we want, does anybody mind if we take all 3 policies and just read them in as one and just vote on them? Or do you
Great
want to do
idea.
individually?
Good.
Is good? That's good.
No
So
objection.
we're going to introduce policies 1200, 7500, and 7510. As read before, do I have a motion to consider this item?
So
I make a
moved.
motion.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Dr. Tuman, okay. Any further discussion on items 12, policy 1200, 7500, or 7510? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries 7-0. I'm going to beg the board's indulgence for a second, and we're going to go backwards and just go back to the minutes from February. George, you were president and can vote on that. I cannot. Did you review those minutes? And we had a motion from Dr. Tuman. I had a second from Wanda Jackson. If you're in agreement with that, I'm going to ask for the board to take a vote.
Dr. Gordon, you better recount. Sorry,
Okay.
because I only count 5 who can vote.
Hold on a second.
I apologize. I tried to send you something via the
Oh,
chat system.
I had here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Absent. Okay, we're gonna have to put it out. Kathy, Wanda, George says there's only 5, so unfortunately not. So it continues tabled until the next meeting. Again, my apologies. I thought we had it with Mr. Ciberone there.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to go to the report of the president. Dr. Williams, please.
thank you very much. It'll take a few minutes, I know, but I get to see everybody off, but I haven't seen this group in a long time. And first, I just wanted to say, I hope everybody and their loved ones are as safe and healthy as possible. Unfortunately, we're in the midst of a global pandemic, as we all know, and it's impacted the lives of our students, faculty, and staff, and so many of their loved ones. My heart truly goes out to all who've been impacted by COVID-19, and I'm sending positive thoughts to those who are currently ill. I also want to offer my sincerest sympathies to anybody who has lost somebody due to this unforgiving virus. This is truly a horrible situation that has upended our life, both at the college and beyond. We all know that Tuesday, March 10th, was the last day we held face-to-face classes at the college, and the last time many faculty and staff were on the campus. Through communication and collaboration, almost 99% of our colleges spring face-to-face course offerings transition to be offered via remote instruction. support services are now being offered remotely, and the business operations of the college are also occurring from a distance. While I've shared this information, via email, it may seem redundant. This is the first time I've had an opportunity to share in person, as in person as we can get, given our current reality, with members of the board. And I just wanted you to hear how much has changed in such a short period of time, and how much I admire the strength and the perseverance of our students to forge forward with us, knowing that nobody expected this situation at the beginning of the semester. Our students are truly inspirational. Their spirit and their tenacity brings me joy as I think about what our future holds in this world. Thank you to the hundreds of faculty and staff who made this transition possible, to our union and academic senate leaders. I appreciate their passion for helping the college advance during an unprecedented time, and their partnership as situations have changed from moment to moment and required an extreme amount of flexibility and trust on all our parts. I also wanted to take a moment to thank the members of President's Cabinet for all of their positive contributions and leadership. And to all of you, the board members, I've communicated with several of you since March 10th. You have been concerned, you've been supportive, and dedicated to ensuring that the mission of Nassau Community College is fulfilled. So I want to say thank you very much. With that in mind, I had the pleasure of meeting with our student assembly yesterday via Zoom, about 20 students, including our very own student trustee, who shared both the highs and the lows of our current situation. And I'm extremely thankful for their transparency, some of their concerns, so that our board members know, our other board members are about commencement, and we will be finding a way to virtually appreciate our students' accomplishments and everything that our faculty and staff have done to help them. Returning books and receiving their regalia, the grading policy, which we are looking into for spring 2020, and summer, fall, and teaching and learning. And so I just wanted to thank the voices of our students. In regards to enrollment, it was mentioned earlier, but for those who may be joining us now, summer 2020 has started off slower than we expected due to this specific situation. We are enhancing our marketing, and while we are expecting a dip, we expect to bounce back from where we started. Summer courses that were listed as meeting on campus have been transitioned to remote, so they will meet via video conferencing at the same date and time as they are listed. And I wanted to share that with you. We are in the process of contingency planning for fall 2020, and registration will open in April for fall 2020. We spent a lot of time tonight talking about the budget, so I won't get into too much detail, but the state budget was passed. We did not receive any floor, not a 98% floor, definitely not a 100% floor. This leaves Nassau Community College and community colleges across the state in a dire fiscal reality. We're at a point where we need to continue to provide equitable opportunities for access, completion, and post-completion success. And we have done a lot in the past to enhance what we've been doing to reduce redundancies and enhance efficiencies. And we're at a point in time where we need to take a hard look at the budget and push buttons and pull levers that we have not had to in the past. So we'll be working diligently to find out how we address our current budget issue and how we rebound. And that's our next step. Is I want the board and everyone listening to know that the college has been doing a great deal to engage with internal and external constituents. We're frequently in communication with SUNY, taking guidance that they have to offer, taking the insight that they have. We're engaged with the county and the state. Recently started working with the workforce and education work group, which is a region group, a Long Island group that looks at workforce, and engaging in the Nassau County Coronavirus Economic Advisory Council. Those are just a few examples that I want to illustrate with how the college is meeting our challenges head on and really looking towards the future to help mitigate any sort of enrollment decrease that we will most likely see. I'm proud to say and proud to share that we have been addressing the COVID-19 situation also in an external manner. We've committed to loaning 3 ventilators, our limited resources that we have, 6 3D printers to Stony Brook to help make face masks. One of our academic departments has been making face masks, and we've also committed to donating gloves and gowns. So we are trying to positively impact both our internal and external communities in the midst of this horrific situation. In closing, I want to say that we're being stretched, strained, and strengthened in unthinkable ways during these times. However, I remain confident that we have the resolve to emerge fortified and thriving. I'm thankful to all who have been putting forth such good work to help our students. I remain extremely happy and utterly humbled to serve as the president of Nassau Community College. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Dr.
Dr.
Gordon, if I may just make a comment.
Yes, please.
I just wanted to acknowledge the incredible amount of communication that we've received from you, Dr. Williams. It seems like almost every other day, we're getting a letter from you that has either been sent to the entire college community or to us as a board. So even though we have not seen each other during this month, I do feel like you've provided us with so much information that as a board, I feel like I know what's been happening on the college campus. So I want to acknowledge, I know how much work it goes into getting those almost daily briefs out to us. So thank you.
It's our pleasure.
All right. We're going to go to the speakers list. And I know that we have Frank Fresenda.
He was there.
I'm sorry?
There he is.
Where's Frank?
Hello.
Frank just came in.
Frank, hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good to see you all.
All right. The floor is yours, sir.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go to the speakers list. And I know that we have Frank Fresenda.
Frank,
Okay.
would you please
Hold
unmute,
on.
stop the video, please?
Yeah, I gotta stop the Vimeo. Okay, there we go. All right, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's good to see you all. I hope you and your loved ones are all safe and healthy. And you know, we all realize that there are forces, unknown forces, external to the college that will dictate how we respond internally to this horrible virus. As we discuss the uncertainty of student enrollment, we are barraged with stories of death, frontline worker despair, employees even in John's local 338 that are putting themselves in harm's way, unemployment, racial inequities, and now we hear stories of food supply disruptions. I mean, the news just keeps getting worse every day. This is confusing, depressing, causing untold anxiety, untold grief. Yet, I am proud to be working with colleagues among the faculty, the staff, and the administration to figure out how to best position ourselves so that come what may, we will move forward and piece together whatever Nassau Community College will look like when this is over. You know, the administration has been transparent with the campus as we continue to meet several times a week on Zoom meetings with various updates, and we share a lot of information with each other and try to strategize on how to inch our way forward in this ever-changing environment. And I want to note that earlier today in your meetings with the budget report that you reviewed, I mean, it really sounded ominous. However, I wish you would have placed some of the projections on the screen so that we could all see what you were looking at. We were kind of in the dark just hearing you allude to things like $0, $100, $150 tuition and what that might look like, but that was invisible to us. You know, in order to successfully transition to our new reality, we all need to be active, knowledgeable partners in this. And therefore, I look forward to having more focused discussions with the administration with regard to the budget so that we could work together to try to resolve the new reality that we're in. So on a sadder note, if this is possible, I have to publicly express my deepest sadness at the loss of our own Anthony Cornacchio. And it wasn't through the COVID, it was on his own terms. I mean, Anthony was a royal pain in the ass, but he was our pain in the ass. And so with love, Tony, good luck wherever you may be and those that are with you. And I truly hope you and yours on the Board of Trustees and everybody listening to this remain safe and healthy, and I hope to see you in May. Thank you.
All right. Well, Frank, I got to tell you stole my thunder because I just heard about Tony Cornacchio about a week ago. And like you said, he was a larger-than-life character for those of us who were on the board with him. He was, let's just say, special. And God bless the people wherever he is now are in for some type of a ruckus. God bless them. We are faced with many new challenges. This is the first televised video conference for an NCC Board of Trustees, as far as I'm aware of. But the one thing that we have to reach out to is that we are still a community, tied together electronically, digitally, by email, but we are still one community. And I just want to point out my admiration for the strength of the faculty, the administration, and the students to be able to, on a dime, turn around and come up with a distance learning program and online learning and all the other skills that they've had to improvise, accommodate, and be able to overcome to be able to accomplish our mission of teaching. It has been a Herculean effort, and I think that it's worthy of praise of everything that's been done as a community for our survival. And I have no doubt that together, working together, communicating together, we will overcome all the issues that we need to make the college continue to. I'm going to add one last thing as a physician. Stay home. If you don't have to go out, don't. Wash your hands frequently. If you go out, please use a mask, okay? Maintain social distancing. It's working. We're starting to see the first decrease, but it's not over. We have a long way to go, and we're going to have to continue. Complacency is something that we just cannot afford, okay? The hospitals are barely covering where we are now, okay? God forbid that we should have this any worse. So I wish you all health and peace. And I'm just going to announce that the next Finance and Capital Committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, May 12th, 2020 at 5 p.m., followed by the full board meeting. The board will open the public session between 6:15 and 6:30 and resume the public session at approximately 7:30. I'm going to request a motion to adjourn the meeting. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Bye.
Okay. Motion carries. I bid you peace all until next month. If anybody needs anything on a personal nature from a medical point of view, even if you need to just have questions, I'm here for you. Please call. All right, meeting adjourned at 8:41 p.m. Good night.
All right.
Be
Good
safe,
night, everyone.
Be
everybody.
safe.
Aye.
Safe, be healthy.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.